Andy, welcome to EBCO. This is a business that I introduced to FSE a couple of months ago, and we've raised some finance for through the Midlands Engine Investment Fund. Really good business that is going places. For those people that don't know you, you are Andy Moss, and you're the head of fund for FSC, looking after the Midland Engine Investment Fund here in the Midlands. Really good to spend a bit of time with you, Andy, and just keen to just understand some of the challenges that SMEs are facing at the moment. Maybe you just give just a little bit of your background, and then we'll sort of get into the questions and go from there, if that's okay.
Yeah, gladly. So I lead the team for FSE that looks after the Midlands Engine Investment Fund, debt finance fund. Yeah. So not the whole Midlands Engine Investment Fund. I was with Lloyds for 35 years up until May 2020, and then had the opportunity of joining the FSE group to lead this team and get involved with the Midlands Engine Investment Fund, which has been great for the last 18 months. Yeah,
that's really good. So obviously your time with Lloyds has given you a really good perspective on SMEs and the challenges they face. So turning to the first question, Andy, the lending climate, the government has provided significant support to SMEs over the last 18 months, but now as the furlough scheme draws to a close, are companies ready to return to business as usual?
I think the answer to that is mixed, and it depends on certain factors, which I'll come on to. But one of the positive things that I was reading earlier in the week was the Lloyds Bank barometer for business confidence, and in August that increased by 6 points. And you have to go back to April 2017 to return to that level of confidence, which is confidence about trading future for the rest of the year and beyond into 22. So that's really good. And sectors to be called out particularly were manufacturing, which is good for us here, construction and services. We're a service-led economy, aren't we? But so that in itself is really positive. Clearly there are some challenges ahead in the form of having the right number of staff, having the right number of skills, and I think that shortage is going to drive wage inflation. That's the thinking. So in terms of things that businesses are going to have to really face into are things like deferred liabilities. So for example, we're getting into the thick of furlough dropping off, and we're getting into the thick of CBILS loan repayments. We're going to talk about deferred taxes, deferred rents, and potentially other deferred liabilities that businesses are going to need to plan for as they get their businesses into a full sort of working capital cycle. On top of deferred liabilities, there are other challenges that businesses face as well. So, for example, supply chain challenges that are right there. Some of the challenges that Brexit is presenting, and I think we're quite early on in that journey. Another challenge to consider, of course, is the transport challenges that we've seen, and so the logistics challenge within the UK, a lack of lorry drivers, for example, and then some of the worldwide logistical challenges like shipping costs, and recently we saw the blockage in the Suez Canal, which even this business has been a victim of a lack of supply chain. As a result of that, completely outside of their control. So there's good confidence out there, and increasing confidence. There are plenty of challenges to face into, but again, the thing that really impresses me each time I deal with SMEs is how resilient they are, how innovative they are, and the will to kind of win and to find a way. And so I'm absolutely confident that despite the challenges ahead, that business will come through.
So Andy, you talked there a bit about some of the challenges that are currently facing SMEs. Two of the things you mentioned that I picked up on are post-Brexit and post-COVID. So what does a business look like in a post-Brexit, post-COVID world?
From my perspective, I think it's going to be an environment where the effect of globalisation the challenges and the issues that owner managers are going to need to chart a course through. There are going to be more issues outside of your direct control. So things like COVID directly is a challenge outside of owner-managers' control. Geopolitical tensions, the mounting sort of urgency around sustainability and our need to become more sustainable. So I think businesses are going to have to think more widely about how they try and influence and manage their business, de-risk their business, if you like. So if we think about the supply chain issues going on, there's one cost, there's two, physical supply, and you think about costs are 4 times higher than pre-COVID for international shipping. So that I think that those things are those issues outside of the direct control of people in business is a real challenge to think through how we mitigate those.